Great Rising family, this is Amber from Amber's Magical Garden in small spaces here in Zone 9A, Las Vegas, Nevada, Vegas Valley, where most of the time, well, not most of the time, but a lot of the time, it's definitely desert. But we do have our cool spells, we do have our cool season, which usually ranges at the end of October until up about now. So today I'm going to talk about tomatoes. There's quite a few things going on with my tomatoes. And the sun is just coming up. And my morning mist, because I don't get dew here in Vegas. But the morning mist is shimmering on the leaves. I don't know if you see that. Very, very pretty. But nonetheless, a lot of stuff has been going on. But I'm just going to focus on tomatoes today. Most of the time I do some form of an update, and I give an update every day. But I think I'm just kind of changing what I do and how I do it. So, here we go. This is my tomato plant. Gotta love them, right? I've had at least 3 harvests from all of my tomato plants, which I'm going to rearrange. I got to rearrange because I got a lot of stuff going on over here, and a lot of stuff going on right here, and a lot of stuff going on over here. So clearly, I need to do something different, right? So, anyway, my tomato plants. This one is my tomato tree. I call it my tomato tree because of the fact that it is grown taller than I when I'm sitting in my lovely chair. So I have to do something. And it's 2 branches to it. Look at that. Look at this. 2 branches to it, right? So I got to do something. Well, one of the things that I did, ironically, is I put 2 smaller plants in here with it. Why did I put 2 smaller plants? Well, I kind of feel like it's getting a lot of nutrition, and these plants need it. They were here. They were being dwarfed by these 2 lovely plants. Okay, when they were seedlings. They're still in a seedling state. So I got to get them out of there. I've cut a lot of dead leaves off. Right? Including like this. This was dying, right? So I cut a lot of dead leaves off, and I'll be doing a lot of trimming of not just my tomato plants, but other plants as well. One of the things I definitely wanted to mention, tomatoes are one of the easiest plants to grow. It really is one of the easiest plants to grow. This variety here is Early Girl. It's the only tomato variety that I've personally planted. I have another one that I transplanted into this cup. Why is it in a cup? Because I recycle a lot or reuse a lot. And it's a Cherokee Green. Most of us have heard of Cherokee Purple, not Cherokee Green. And as you see, I've cut a lot of the lower branches off to give me better branches up top. But I got some work to do with this Cherokee Green. I actually bought this from a nursery, and I got some work to do with it because it's not even my plant. So I'm learning a bit about my little Cherokee Green, who's trying to give me flowers right there. But yeah, no cigar. So I got to figure some things out with that. But anyway, the tomato is the easiest thing to grow. My son and I took a slice of tomato from a tomato I bought that didn't look as delicious and appetizing. And we took a slice of it and we put it in that yellow container back there. And what ended up happening is I ended up with 140 little baby tomato plants, if not more. They all died, not all died off, but some died off because I was learning. I tried to transplant too early. It was just a lot. Some of them snapped because I did it so early. The leaves hadn't set yet. The first two leaves had set from when they opened from the seed, but the second set hadn't set yet. I had just all kinds of stuff. So anyway, I ended up with about 40 plants, maybe 30, and they're giving me fruit, which is great. But because of the early sunshine that we've gotten here in Nevada, in the Vegas Valley. I've gotten some fruit. I've gotten a lot of fruit. About three handfuls of tomatoes. Some of them are still in the house right now. This is about the size of a golf ball. They should have grown bigger, but they did not. And a lot of it had to do with the sun. Now, why do I keep mentioning the sun? Because tomatoes do not like temperatures above 90 degrees. After 90 degrees, they will stop producing flowers. I've hit some 90s. Some of my tomato plants have just been like, and they just killed over and died. Others of them have given me flowers, but they're not fruiting. Some of them are starting to now give me flowers because the temperature is cooling down a little bit. So hopefully I'll get some more fruit. But because we had an early summer, my tomatoes are just like, no, Mom, we don't want to give you anything. Hold on. Excuse me. I promise it's not COVID. It's sad that we have to say that now. But anyway, I'm out here. It's dusty. The wind is really blowing, which I'm loving. But anyway, yeah, like I said, it stopped flowering. So, because it stopped flowering and stopped giving me fruit, I've just been really concerned. I've had to put a shade cloth up. It is a temporary situation. I plan on fixing that situation, but ironically, I went to one of the Home Depots or home improvement stores, and I was outside with the plants, looking at the plants, really fighting myself not to buy more, because not like I have a whole lot of space to bring more, not yet. So anyway, I looked above my head, and it had to be about 96 outside. And they had a shade cloth over all their plants. So that lets me know that I am on the right path. Put the shade cloth up and my plants should do fine. They should do fine. But anyway, I wanted to mention the tomato plant because, like I said, I put these in with the big mammoth. I'm probably going to repot this one because I reused this container. And this one is also one of my I'm going to be a tree tomatoes. I only have like 2 or 3 that are like that, which really kind of blew my mind. But yeah, tomatoes are easy to grow. So if you've never grown anything before, definitely start with a tomato. Try with a tomato. You should be able to do a tomato plant in your house. This is a cup, right? You see those roots? I don't know if you can, because the sun is really beautiful this morning, this rising. But it's from this tomato plant that is trying to give me tomatoes. Let me show you something, though. This is what might actually sell you on that. This is tomato flower, right? Now, you see how it's puffy right here? But it's still green. Let's see. Can I get you to open up for me, please? Let's see. Come on. Come on. There is a baby tomato in there. Wow. Do you see the shape of this right here? That is a baby tomato in there. I can't open the leaves because I'm doing it one-handed. But trust me when I tell you that there's a baby tomato in there. Maybe I can get a different flower to show. Let's see. No, your flowers just dried out a little bit. I'm not going to be able to show anything there. Let's see. What about you? You got a baby tomato right there, but that's not the baby tomato I was looking for. Here we go. Right here. I don't know if you guys can see. But on the flower, if I can turn it, look in there, see that little green dot? That is a baby tomato. That is where the flower was. So you can get a tomato that will end up looking like this. And then, oops, sorry. Okay, let me pull the camera back a little bit. Oops, that's in. It's out. Then, end up like this. Because this one's going to have to be pulled probably today, if not today. And that one's a little orange, so I'm going to have to pull that. But you want it to get about that big. A little bit bigger, maybe the size of 2 cherry tomatoes. And then you pull them off. But that's literally the cycle. It goes from this to, where's the little plump one? The little plump one. Oh, right here to this. Right? Then go for that. Then goes to this. So again, tomatoes, grow some. It's not hard. It's not hard to do it from seed. It's not hard to get them from a home improvement center, right? All you got to do is go in there, go in the gardening center, look for containers that look just like this, or the plastic containers. Pick one. Make sure you look at the underside of the leaves, because what you don't want is to bring bugs home. And let it go. Let it go. If you start to see the roots coming through, like I showed you on this one, you'll be okay. Whoops, on this one you'll be okay. You just don't want a bunch of roots or to become root bound, but even if it does, you could always replant it. I don't know if you can see that, but there's small baby roots at the bottom there. But if it becomes root bound, then you can repot it in something. But if not, it can stay in the original container that it was in. And just water it. Water it and get a little bit of fertilizer. And if you don't have fertilizer, crush up some eggshells. And if you got a coffee blender or a coffee chopper, whatever, coffee bean chopper, then you can chop up your eggshells and chop up your coffee grounds and rub it into the soil and feed your plant that. And some water, making sure it's not dying, And when the leaves start to dry out, here, listen. When they start to sound like that, go ahead, pinch them off. Leave some leaves at the top. There we go. Leave some leaves at the top so that you do have some foliage up here, some leaves, and allow it to do its thing. Alright, so this is Amber for Amber's Magical Garden with Small Spaces, talking a little bit about tomatoes. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If any of my content was valuable to you, please let me know. Leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. Continue to support me on my journey. And look, if I can grow tomatoes on a balcony in an apartment complex, so can you. Alright? So have a wonderful day, a blessed day, a bliss-filled day. And by all means, family, take some time. Don't be afraid. Get some tomatoes and grow something. Speak to you soon. Peace.